Welcome to Minecraft for Seniors, Part 2, Move, Break, Build, and Craft. We're assuming you've created a world and are now in it. If you're not that far, go to the first video in the series. The boxes at the bottom of the page are your hotbar, which holds stuff you can use immediately. The hearts indicate your health. The turkey legs indicate how full you are. The energy from these turkey legs moves over to the hearts as needed. Move forward with the W key, back with the S key. Use the space bar to jump up a block. The A and the D key do things too. Use the mouse to change directions and look around. Looks like we've got a whole village and some mountains and finally a few trees. The trees become important as a first step. Let's go find a tree. See if we can get some wood. You break things by using the mouse and the left click key. This will break loose some blocks. And it takes a bit because you're only using your bare hands right now. But you grab some of those. Notice the sheep in the background. That will be important in just a little bit. Okay, keep breaking away at the tree. Get some inventory. Notice the blocks that you've broken show up on your hotbar. You can also pick things up by running over them. I don't recommend this in real life. If you hit the E key, you can bring up a small crafting ability where I'm putting logs and converting them into oak planks. This is useful because the planks are what's needed to build a crafting table and sticks. So let's build the crafting table. I'm putting it in the hotbar because I'm going to set it down in a minute. And then I'm going to build some sticks, craft some sticks. And there the sticks are. Now I right click on the crafting table. That allows me to build a wooden pickaxe and a wooden axe, which will allow me to get started on crafting other materials. And then because I want to keep the crafting table around, I break it. The wooden tools are somewhat useful, but I really want to get something better. So what I'm after is some of this cobblestone, which can only be broken right now with the wooden pickaxe. So now I'm mining some cobblestone, and that's going into my inventory. And I'll use the cobblestone later to make some tools that are more durable. Minecraft has a progression of materials, so right now we're mining stone. With stone tools we can then mine iron tools. And with iron tools we can mine diamond. And then there's actually a thing called netherite later on. Right now we're going to put down our crafting table and get some stone tools. Stone pickaxe. I get 2 of these because they wear out pretty quickly and they're very useful. And then a stone axe. And that equips me. I grab the crafting table again and I go hunting, and thus begins the PG part of our movie today. Because I need some sheep. Sheep give me 2 things, wool and meat. If I can get 3 sheep fleeces of the same color, I can create a bed. And with a bed, I can redo my spawning point. So in case I get killed, I know exactly where I'll show up again. So apologize for the killing spree. I really need to find another sheep, another white sheep in particular. Notice that this all happens during daytime. The sun is actually progressing slowly from one side of the world to the other. There's a sheep. So now I've got 3. I can make a bed. but I saw some over here, I think, and being able to make another bed is often useful. So here we go. We'll get this guy first, and the next one, and the next one. All of these just take one swipe with the axe. They're not quite so hardy as the other animals. And now might as well get some more meat. So the pigs take a little more persuasion. Notice there's a little status bar next to the axe, which shows some of its energy is dissipating. And we found some coal, which is a very useful thing to have. You can cook meat with it. You can make torches out of it for exploring caves and other reasons. So picking up some coal at this point in the game is a very helpful thing to do. So I go ahead and mine all that there is in this particular vein. I'm checking on the time of day because when it gets dark, there's a bunch of monsters that can come out. They call them mobs. We'll have zombies, spiders, skeletons, endermen. Anyway, they all want to kill you. So I'm looking for a place to actually build a shelter or burrow into a shelter more accurately. In the meantime, I find some pumpkins. These can be made into pumpkin pie, but it's not a particularly efficient food source. So I'm looking for kind of a thick point in the mountain, killing a pig on the way. And I start to build, or start to burrow in to make a little hut, which is where I'm going to spend the night when the monsters are out. So I use the pickaxe to mine the stone, other things to mine the dirt so that I don't wear out the pickaxe. And you want to make this, doesn't have to be huge, but somewhat comfortable. And then we'll light a torch or two in it when we get done. Once I have a little space hollowed out here, I'm going to put down a crafting table and create a door. So use the E key to bring this up. Looking around for a door, and there's an oak door. I'm going to put it down there in the hot bar, make me a door, and put a door in place. And it's already getting dark outside, so I think I'll stay put. Maybe I'll do a little mining. It's getting pretty dark outside, so I think I'll make a torch it just needs a couple of coal and a couple of sticks, and for each of those you get 4 torches. Maybe a little bit more on the stick side, because those are useful as long as I'm here. And this allows me to light up a couple of corners of the little hut. I think it also keeps the mobs from spawning inside my hut, which would be pretty disturbing. Another basic tool that I'm going to create here is a furnace. And with a furnace, you can cook food and smelt metal into ingots or bricks. So you just need some coal or other things. Wood will work. Leaves will actually work as well. And some raw meat. And then I'll cook that into cooked mutton. And that works better for food. This could take a bit. I'm going to leave the mutton to cook. Hopefully won't forget it. And I'm going to do a little mining. Sort of straight down. There's a whole technique to this. Down one, over one, and then the one in the middle. And I'm trying to get down to lower layers where some minerals are. And there's a screen here that you can bring up with F3. Really the only important thing is the XYZ line right now, which shows you your X coordinate, your Z coordinate, and your X coordinate, your Y coordinate, and your Z coordinate. The middle one is the depth. So we're trying to mine down to a deeper depth. And right now we're at 65 Y. And so I happen to know that iron typically is around 15, among other places, but it's more plentiful at 15 depth. Notice that it's getting a bit dark, and some people are perfectly comfortable mining it in the darkness. I can sort of see what's going on, but I worry about falling into a hole or into a monster den or whatever. So I put up a torch, and I try to be judicious with them, but every once in a while I may need a torch to keep me from doing something silly. And notice there's different kinds of blocks that we're picking up. As we get a little bit deeper, you'll hear the sounds of some monsters. I think mostly zombies. So we're probably close to a cave, but typically they won't just bust through the wall and get you. So it sounds kind of scary, but you're okay, I think, as long as you have walls around you and you can go ahead and keep digging. Notice the pickaxe is down to a yellow line now, so it's wearing out. And pretty soon it will stop and break. And let's see, I want to check where I'm at depth-wise. Okay, still a ways to go. The zombie sounds will get pretty intense here, which probably means we're next to actually a zombie den and spawning point. So we have to be careful about what we dig into here. So I'm just going to keep digging straight down and hope for the best, and looking to make sure I haven't opened up a hole into a cave somewhere. On the right is some copper ore. I haven't found that so far to be particularly useful, so I'm just going to skip it. I've worn out my pickaxe, so good we have another one. Probably going to wish we had one more besides that. I keep on digging. So you can sometimes have surprises. So I've dug a hole into both a cave now and a bunch of lava. So for the time being, I'm not going to deal with that. If I fall into the lava, I'll definitely die, and I'm not quite ready to explore the cave just yet. So I think I'm going to turn around and go back up and do some things on the surface. I get down to layer 37, which isn't optimal, so somehow I'll have to work around the lava to get deeper than that and down where the iron ore is. The diamonds, by the way, are down around negative 50 something. So I'm going to turn around and go back up. So I remember I've got something cooking in the oven, the furnace. So we have 17 units of cooked mutton now. I'm going to take a look around. Notice I have an axe in hand just in case I encounter monsters. Sometimes they're lurking around your entry to your hut. So the moon is going down and the sunrise is just happening. So we've survived a day and a night. I think that's just the sheep up there. I noticed some light coming from around this direction, so I'm going to go check it out. Oh yeah, okay, it looks like there's a bunch of lava flowing. So lava is useful at a certain point in the game, fairly soon actually. But it's hard to get lava when it's flowing like this. It's easier to have a puddle of it. I guess I'm going to kill a cow while I'm at it. Cows are useful for meat, but also for their skin. You can make various things out of cow hides. And fall in a hole and head back to hopefully to find my entrance. I went quite a way, so I'm not exactly sure where it is. Still not. I think I've got to go further. I think it was not over there, but on the right side of the rock. So I'm backing up to get a little bit better view. See if I can find my door, and there it is. And at this point, given that, I think I want to make a little tower above my door. So this can be done with whatever kind of brick or block you have. Just place, you do a combination of a jump and right click, and then you can build a tower. It's called towering up. I want to build fairly high so that I can see it. Then I'll put a torch on top of it. Now if I jump down from here, I'll get hurt. So I kind of do this shift crouch thing and back up and build a bridge over to the mountain. Okay, now I'll put a torch on top of the tower so it'll be easy to find. Luckily I have one torch left. Then I'll go to the mountain where I can kind of more easily get down without getting hurt, although I got hurt a couple of times. And we made it back into the hut. I want to make a bed because I kind of like this location, so I go check what it's going to take. And there it is. I've got the wool, but I don't have the blocks anymore. I don't have enough wood to make a bed. So I think the next order of business is to go find some wood. Remembering, of course, to shut the door all the time. Luckily, from where I ended up with my hut, wood is not too far away. So I'm going to go harvest some wood, and then I'll go make a bed. So first I have to create some planks out of the wood logs, oak logs. So we go ahead and do that, get a bunch of them. These quantities max out at 64 in any given square, so just something to remember. And it looks like I can create a bed now, so I wait for the white one. Create the white bed, place it in my hot bar, and I'm going to try to place it in the hut. And I scroll over and I can't seem to place it anywhere. So I think I'm going to have to maybe make the hut a little bit bigger. There's some criteria here that I'm not aware of, but this has happened before. So I go get the pickaxe, make the side a little deeper over here, and then see if the bed will place. And there it goes. Now I right click on the bed and notice my respawn point has been set. So now when I die, this is where I'll end up. And that's it for Minecraft Seniors Part 2.